Hello YouTube. So today I'm going to do a video showing you how to make French press coffee. Now the first thing you're going to want to get is a French press. Now you can pick one of these up pretty cheap at any like Myers, Walmart, Target, etc. Or you can buy a nice fancy one. I think this one in particular costs like $15 to $20. So the next thing you want to do is measure out your beans, and you want to use preferably a burr grinder. I have this Baratza Vario, which is actually a pretty good grinder, but you can also use like a Cuisinart or any kind of grinder that you have basically. The most important part is that you want to grind it a little bit thicker than like you would use for a normal press coffee. So you want to use something that's a little bit coarser but still going to be uniform. So we're going to go ahead and grind up our coffee beans here. Alright, that should be enough. Okay, now that we've got our coffee ground up, you're going to want to use roughly a tablespoon of coffee grounds per every 4 ounces of water. So for example, if you want to make a 12-ounce cup of coffee, you want to use about 3 tablespoons. So we're going to add 1, 2, 3 tablespoons of coffee grounds. Now the next thing you're going to want to do is add your water. I happen to have this electric kettle. Ideally you want to get the temperature range about 200 degrees for French press coffee. I have a setting here for 200 degrees, so it's already preheated. If you don't have one of these, which is a very nice thing to have if you're going to make a lot of French press coffee, it boils it pretty quickly. You can also boil the water on the stove as well. Just take it off when it just begins to boil. So we're going to go ahead and add 12 ounces of water. And when we pour it into our French press, we're not just going to dump it in. We're going to kind of pour it in a circle. And we're going to pour it in kind of slowly so we can kind of get all the grounds covered. Alright. And now what I like to do is I like to just give it a couple of stirs just to make sure everything's mixed up. And then we put our lid on it, and we're going to let it rest or steep for about 4 minutes. Okay, so now it's been about 4 minutes, so now we're going to depress our plunger, and we're going to do it pretty slowly. You don't want to just jam it down there. And that's going to filter out all the grounds from the coffee. And that's it. Now you have a cup of coffee. It's ready to go. You can just pour it into your cup. And there you have a wonderful cup of French press coffee.